or drugs.
Yes.
What did you
Okay.
know him to use?
Cocaine.
And how often would he use that?
Every day if he could, or 3 times.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
Yes. Julie Kahn. Thank you. And where are we on this matter?
Judge, we had temporary orders back in October. There was a de novo in November, which modified it very slightly. Today we have an agreement as to the child support. We are going to leave it the same as under the temporary orders, $222 a month starting November 1st, and $50 a month in medical support with government medical also starting November 1st. And conservatorship and visitation and family violence and a drug test are all contested.
Okay. And just so clear, there's no issue with back child support?
No, Your Honor, they're not requesting retroactive or back child support, so.
What was the medicals being provided through mom, right?
Yes.
And that's through her job?
No, through Medicaid.
Medicaid, okay. What was the reimbursement again?
$50.
Okay. Okay, you may begin.
Judge, I was going to let Ms. Bunch begin to deal with the family violence and soul management.
Okay, you may do so.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll call my client, Christina.
Actually, before we do, I just want to know, did any of the visitation that was ordered happen?
No, Your Honor, my client registered fully. We do not have record of Mr. Hernandez registering, and no visits occurred.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Ansouras, please state your full name for the record.
Cristina Adriana Ansures Vasquez.
You and Mr. Hernandez were previously in a dating relationship, is that correct?
Yes.
And you have one child together. Please state that child's full name and current age.
November 19, 2014.
So he is currently 11 years old, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time that this suit was filed, you had lived in Waller County for at least 6 months, is that correct?
Yes.
Has she since moved, just so I have an idea of where she lives?
No, she is still in Waller. Mr. Hernandez is located in Harris County, which is how they were eligible for the previous visitation order.
Okay.
So Ms. Ansouras, when did you and Mr. Hernandez end your relationship?
That was February 5th of 2024.
And did you cease living together at that time? You separated, moved out of the home?
Yes, I moved.
And since you separated, who has Fabian primarily lived with?
Mom, me.
Since you separated, what is the longest period of time that spent with his father without you present?
24 hours.
And when did that occur? When was the last time he had a 24-hour visit?
That was on June 2024.
And when you went to pick up from that visit, what, if anything, occurred?
Well, his dad was intoxicated. He was not able to find face shoe, and I got in the house to look for the shoe, but his dad was angry at me and started telling me to get out of the house in a rude manner.
When, if ever, did he put his hands on you on that day?
On the shoulder, like move.
Okay. So he was pushing you?
Yeah, he got my shoulder and then he like, get out.
Okay. And had he ever put his hands on you before then?
Once he slapped me.
Do you remember when that occurred?
That was when we just moved to Katy and we got a new apartment. He went out and spent all the night out. And at 5 p.m. when he come back from home, I told him that I felt not respected for doing that. And I moved my hand towards him and he slapped me.
And do you remember when that occurred?
Not really that day of the month, but I just remember that we just moved to the new apartment in Katy.
And what year was that?
That was 2019.
Okay. So the June 2024 incident, had any visits with his father since that date when you picked him up and his father pushed you?
Yes, but his grandparents were around.
Okay. Have there been any visits that Mr. Hernandez has had that were not supervised?
No,
And since that June incident where he appeared intoxicated to you, well, let me ask you this. Why do you think that he was intoxicated on that day?
because he was not able to communicate. He was like, at first when I look at him, I'm like, what is true? He was like, I don't know. And then I tried to go into the house and then he slapped out and he's like, get out of the house. And so I just didn't want to argue with him and I got out of the house because I know he was intoxicated. Because I couldn't tell on his face and his movements and all that.
And following that June incident, did you become aware of any criminal charges against Mr. Hernandez?
Just because you told me the last court that he was in a DWI, but I was not aware.
And Your Honor, I would offer, at this time, let me offer counter petitioners exhibit 1, which is our relief requested.
Does anyone have any objection to counter petitioners exhibit 1?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez,
Yes.
what is your legal objection?
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, I would like to, whenever it's my turn, I would like to ask a couple of questions to me since.
Okay, you'll get that. Right now, I'm asking if there's any legal objection to admitting their exhibit 1. Okay.
No.
Counter petitions 1 is admitted.
Thank you. Your Honor, I would also like to offer counter petitioners exhibits 3, 4, and 5, which are all certified copies of the misdemeanor charge for driving while intoxicated, bond condition violation report, which is number 4, and number 5 is the judgment of conviction on that charge.
Okay. Does anyone have any legal objection to 3, 4, and 5?
No objection.
Mr. Hernandez?
The only objection that I would like to explain whenever it's my turn. That's it.
Okay, you'll get a chance, sir. Okay, the exhibits are admitted. As a practical matter, Ms. Khan, I don't know if you remember, I usually use Case Center when there's voluminous exhibits so I can see them. And I really, hopefully, once you get fully staffed, want to get you all using it regularly. Right now, I don't have access to these. Are they filed? I don't believe I have access to the documents.
I cannot file, but I can share my screen. I was about to ask if I may share my screen to display them.
Do you have copies, Ms. Khan?
I do not.
I may have forgotten to email those and I apologize. Let me get those emailed over.
Do you remember how to use Case Center? Because we could create one for you, I think.
It's been a long time. And
do you still have access to it?
I have no idea.
Okay, the exhibits have been sent to Attorney Khan, and would you like to wait for her to receive them, or do you want me to proceed with sharing my screen?
No, I find sharing screens. One, this sounds like it might have information we don't want on YouTube, so I'm concerned about that too. It's really hard for me to get everything I need from a screen share between the size And then sometimes as you ask more questions, you've taken it down. It's just very not, when it's voluminous documents, I just find it very ineffective. So bear with me. I'm going to try and create a case center and see if it works. It's going to take a while, guys. This is
Trying to log into it to make sure.
okay. And I'm trying to create the case. I just got distracted answering that question. So, and I don't have a template for y'all because we use it so rarely, but we will create templates soon.
Account has been locked out due to inactivity.
So I'm going to try and create one and see if you get the, because I don't think you need an account to do some of this stuff. So we might do it that way. Just bear with me while I create the exhibit because this is.
I think that's the wrong screen. Hang on. No, that's correct. Ms. Enzeris, I'm showing you what has been marked and admitted as counter petitioners exhibit 3. This is the misdemeanor charge against Mr. Hernandez for driving while intoxicated for an incident that occurred late 2024. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Sir, it's Ms. Enzeris who is testifying right now.
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ms. Enzeris, I'm now showing you what has been marked and admitted as counter petitioners exhibit 4. This reports that following that incident, he had a violation that occurred while the charge was pending. That was reported as a bond condition violation report. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And finally, that in fall of last year, as this case was in progress, he was charged or he was convicted of the DWI on September 11th, pled guilty to it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you testified you'd seen him intoxicated before. Are you aware of him using any other illegal substances or drugs?
Yes.
What did you know him to use?
Cocaine.
And how often would he use that?
Every day if he could, or 3 times a week.
Okay. And this was when you were together that you were witnessing this. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. And when he was on that substance, do you believe he was in a condition where he would have been able to care?
No.
Now, did you ever use cocaine in the past?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you use it in the past?
To have intimate relationships with my ex-boyfriend, ex-father of my son.
Okay. And you're talking about Mr. Hernandez or a different gentleman?
No, just him.
Okay. And was that something you wanted to do, or was that something he asked you to do?
He asked me to do, and I did it because that was the only way I could spend the night with him.
Okay. When was the last time this occurred?
December 2023.
Of 2022 or 2023? I couldn't understand you.
2022.
Okay. And have you used any illegal substances since then?
No.
Okay. And do you have any plans to use them in future?
No.
Okay. Do you have any reason to believe that Mr. Hernandez would have continued to use those substances?
Yes.
Why?
Because I asked him to quit and he just didn't want to.
Okay. And let's confirm some details about what diagnosis, if any, does he have currently?
He has autism. He's autistic. He is not able to communicate.
Okay. How far is he able to communicate? Does he speak in words or complete sentences?
Only the words that he knows, like restroom, food, drink.
And is he currently enrolled in any special programs or schools to assist him with that?
Yes.
Okay. Don't say the name of the school, but is it a program or a dedicated school for autistic?
It's a program for special needs kids. It's called White Cap. He also has occupational therapy and speech therapy and chemotherapy.
And who is currently managing those therapies, getting him scheduled into and from appointments?
Who manage?
Who is handling those appointments for him? What adult is with him?
Oh, I am the mother. Yeah, I done it from day one that I.
So today in this court, are you asking to be appointed sole managing conservator of Fabian, given the history between you and Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
And are you asking to confirm the visitation previously ordered by this court to begin and supervised unless or until Mr. Hernandez is able to test clean on a zero tolerance hair follicle drug test and urinalysis?
Yes.
And you're asking for the same step-up provisions that were ordered by this court for temporary orders in the event that he tests clean, proceeding to single overnight visits through 3 stages. Is that correct?
Correct.
And those are laid out in Counter Petitioners Exhibit 1. Now, Ms. Anzores, let's confirm under the temporary orders, y'all were ordered to the Harris County Domestic Relations Office supervised visitation program, correct?
Yes.
Did you register for that program?
Yes.
Did you complete all required paperwork and any interviews that they required to begin visits?
Yes.
Were you ever notified by them that Mr. Hernandez had completed his registration?
No.
Did they ever contact you to confirm any scheduled visits?
No.
So Mr. Hernandez has not completed any visits with that program to date. Is that correct?
Correct. He has to register and I wait for them to call me.
Okay. In addition, did you ever receive any copy of drug testing results from Mr. Hernandez that were ordered in that temporary order?
No.
You are also asking that any communication between you and Mr. Hernandez be through a co-parenting program, Our Family Wizard. Is that correct?
Correct.
In addition, as was granted in the temporary order, you are asking to keep your home address confidential and your employer confidential, as well as your phone number. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You are comfortable with Mr. Hernandez using the email that he already knows for you that you're actively using. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And why do you believe those protections are necessary to keep your home and employer confidential?
Because he has called me and confront me with things that I don't like.
And what are those things?
Well, like telling me that he's gonna go to where I live and do something that I'm not sure he's going to, but he's just been telling me that he's gonna go by my work and call immigration on people that are there and all these no nice things.
And how did you feel when you heard those communications from him?
Well, I was not expecting from him to do that because he knows my son needs me and why he wants immigration to deport me. You know?
In addition, you're asking for the permanent injunctions as we pled for in your original cross petition to be issued against Mr. Hernandez. Is that correct?
I understand that.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Khan, do you have any questions for Ms. Anzores?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr.
Well-
Hernandez, I'm sorry, Ms. Khan, do you have one?
I was just going to ask, are you still in agreement with the $222 child support and the $50 medical support from the temporary order?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay, can you repeat the question, please?
Are you still in agreement with the $222 child support and the $50 medical support as it was in the temporary order?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, do you have any questions for her?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mrs. Anzores, just a couple of questions, and remember, you're under oath. You just testified that you didn't know anything about my DWI. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is it true that I gave you a ride from near your neighborhood to your job on the beginning of January, around probably the 6th or the 7th of January, and I pick you up and our son. We took our son to school, and then I drop you off to your job. Is that correct?
Correct.
Was that
Okay.
what year was that?
Oh, 2025.
Okay, so
This
last year.
January.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this January. Yeah, last year. I'm sorry.
It was just a few days ago?
No, I'm sorry. That was last year.
Okay.
So did you see me blow the machine? The machine started beeping. Did you see me blowing?
Yes.
Did you ask what happened if they gave me another one?
No, I asked I asked you, did you got a DWI? And you say, no, this car is not mine. This car is from somebody that let me borrow the car.
I think that you and I know that if those machines, and I'm saying you and I because you have friends that had that machine a couple of times already.
So you can't testify in your questions. You have to just ask questions.
Absolutely. So
And just break them down if you need to.
Mrs. Ansouris, any other person that you know had that machine before?
No,
The name of Abraham Diaz sounds familiar?
I never seen him with that.
No, I said if you knew anybody, not yourself.
Objection, relevance.
Irrelevant. No, it's a proper point.
Overruled.
So, you know that those machines has cameras, right?
No, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Perfect. If there's any doubt, we know that because both of us, we are JVC certified.
Objection, he's testifying, no question before the witness.
Sir, make sure
I'm trying to. Okay, Mrs. Ansouris, are you TABC certified? Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission.
Yes.
Do you know about alcohol levels and all that, right?
Yes.
Objection, she's not qualified as an expert witness if he's attempting to have her testify in that manner.
No, not at all. I'm just asking if she's licensed and she took a course from a Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission. That's the only thing that I asked.
Overruled. You can continue.
You claim that I was intoxicated one day that you pick up our son. That he stayed overnight. Do you remember that day you dropped it home in the morning?
No, that day dropped him. Yeah, I dropped him at the morning, and then you asked him to spend the night with you, and I say yes, he can spend the night with you, but I had to pick him up at 1 because he has therapy. And when I went to pick him up,
let me to stop you right there.
Intoxicated.
It was on a Sunday. That was on a Sunday.
No, because Fabian had to go.
Let's start.
Sir, you can't interrupt. Sir, you have to let her finish her answers. You might disagree with her answers, but you have to let her finish them, and then you can ask further questions.
Okay.
Fabian needed his shoe because he had to go to therapy. It was a Friday.
Just for the record, I never showed up drunk.
Sir, you don't get to clarify the record. You get to ask questions right now.
Okay.
So at some point you will get to talk, but right now you're just asking questions.
Okay. Ms. Ansouris, you claim that I was violent to you back on 2019. Is that correct?
Can you repeat the question?
You testified that I was violent, that I apparently hit you, allegedly hit you in 2019?
Yes. You slapped my face.
If I was so violent, why you didn't call the police? What is the report?
I did call the police.
What is the report?
I have a call. They call and they call me back.
Okay. And can you prove that? Can you present proof? Okay, absolutely.
They might have that in records that I called them and then I hang up the phone when you leave the apartment. Okay. And then they called me back when I was hiding in the restroom because I thought you were coming back.
Okay.
And then I told them that you left the apartment.
Okay. And if I came back, why you didn't call the police again if I'm so violent?
You come back in the morning when you were sober?
Went to the car to smoke cigarette and came back right away. So why you didn't call the police again?
I was in my room. lock.
If I'm so violent, you didn't feel threatened that I could break the door down or something?
I was in the room lock, and you didn't do
Okay.
anything else. So
It's all right then.
I didn't.
So, Ms. Ansures, are you sure that what day? Do you remember the day that it was? Not the date. The day the day that it was. What day of the week was whenever you left the house, the residence?
That was February 3rd, 4th,
I'm
5th.
talking about the day of the week, not the date.
It was a Sunday.
Sunday. February 4th. That sounds okay.
It was the first Sunday of February.
Okay, February 4th. You just say that it was February 5th. Okay. Have you ever been violent towards me?
No,
Have you ever been aggressive towards me?
no,
Have you ever sent a voice message with cussing me out, telling me things, being aggressive towards me?
yes.
Okay, so, and again, you've been aggressive towards me, right?
I was angry because you were
I'm not talking
responsible.
about how your mood was. You were aggressive towards me, yes or no?
Once, yes.
Once, okay. For the record, okay. I have a
No, for the
couple-
records.
I have a couple of them. Okay. And again, how are you like to the court?
I'm sorry, was that a question to Ms. Anzores?
Yes.
I didn't understand the question. Can
Have
it
I
be?
did
you
not
ever
either.
lied
Can
to
you-
the court?
You haven't lied to the court?
No, you, Ms. Ansures, have you ever lied to the court?
I give the wrong day. That's what you're talking about. That
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about in general. Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
no.
Okay. So, and again, if I was so aggressive, if that day, whenever you pick up our son from the house, why you kept bringing him? Because I was sleeping on the first
Objection.
room.
He's testifying. No question.
Yeah,
from the
sir.
witness.
Ask your
Okay,
question.
do you
You've
remember
already
where I was
answered.
sleeping back then?
Sir,
What
she
room?
never answered your question.
I'm sorry?
I believe she didn't answer your first
Yeah.
question because you kept talking. So
Like-
if
Do you remember what room I was sleeping whenever you pick up our son?
What day?
What room was I sleeping
At what moment? At what
whenever
moment?
you said that I was aggressive towards you?
That day when you were drunk?
No. Allegedly, you're saying that I was wrong. So the day that you pick up our son and the shoe was missing.
You opened the door. I mean, I knocked the door, and it took a while for you to answer the door. And then suddenly you opened the door, and the door was open wide. And I heard Fabian saying, "My shoe, my shoe." So
Do
I
you
opened.
remember the room where I was sleeping?
You were downstairs, standing there.
Okay. Do you remember about June where I was sleeping?
Objection.
Where-
Asked and answered.
I
Okay.
don't.
do you know, ma'am? It's a yes or no. If you don't know it, you can say you don't know. If you
I
know,
don't
you know.
know. I don't know.
So the last time that you ever pick up our son from the house, where our son was sleeping, in what room?
He was not sleeping. He was looking for his shoe.
No, Mrs. Ansures. What room my son was sleeping the last time that you picked him up? That he even was crying on the stairs because he didn't want to
Object-
leave.
Objection. I'm
I'm
going to
just
say
saying,
asked and answered at
just
this
so she
point.
can remember.
He was on an empty table, on an empty bed with no sheets, with nothing.
Okay, ma'am, he asked what room. Do you know what the room was? I don't know what the different rooms in his house
The room
are.
that used to be his room.
Who's his? Mr.
His room.
Hernandez or your child's room?
My child's
Downstairs,
room.
upstairs, right, left. Do you remember the location of the room?
My child's room upstairs.
Okay. I know that I cannot testify, but
You cannot, sir. You
yeah,
can only ask questions.
I
You're
know,
going to
I
get a
know.
chance later to testify.
Okay. Do you remember way before June 2025, whenever your lawyer allegedly told you or let you know that you about my DWI, and I'm saying allegedly because you knew that
Sir, please ask the questions
you
with
made
less
a phone call
commentary.
to me and start talking about the last time that we took our son to the doctor. The car didn't start it because I was drunk or I was drinking or something like that. Do you remember that?
Objection vague. What's the time frame on this?
Well, she seems to remember. Do you remember this? Do you know what he's talking about?
Yes.
Okay, she
The car-
remembers. You can ask
the
the next
car
question.
did not
sir.
start.
Ma'am, all he has to do is remember, and you do. So, sir, you can ask your next question.
And we left up what car because mine didn't start it.
My car.
Okay. Couple of days later, we start arguing. Do you remember what you said? I believe it's on a voice message as well.
I don't know what to argue about.
You remember saying that's why the car it didn't start it because you were drunk and that machine doesn't let you start the car. So, and that was way before June 2025.
Correct.
Correct. So, and again, you lied to the court saying that you didn't know anything about my DWI until June 2025, whenever you already knew about my DWI on 2024.
Objection. Objection misstates the witness's testimony. She said she learned of it from her attorney. She did not provide a date that she learned it from her attorney.
Okay, well, I'm talking about
Stand.
before June of 2025.
You say the car was not yours.
I'm not talking about, do you remember saying yes or no? Because the car is mine.
At the
Sir,
moment
you
that
can testify. You can just ask questions. If she didn't think it was your car, you can't now tell her it was.
Okay,
it was
yeah.
or it wasn't,
So,
I don't know.
Do you remember? So, and again, yeah, this is a yes or no question. Do you just lie to the court again, saying that you didn't know anything about my DWI prior June 2025, whenever you did?
I didn't lie
Yes or
to the
no?
court because you told me the car
Yes
was
or
not
no?
yours. The
Yes,
car
or
was
it's
not
a yes
yours.
or no question, Ms. Ansouris.
I didn't lie.
Object
No,
again that it-
no, that's a no.
I object that it misstates the witness's testimony. He keeps saying she said June 2025. She did not.
No.
You said 2025, whenever you let her know. That's what you said.
Stand.
So, I mean, pretty much, I think I can establish there's a pattern of lying here. So, I have no more questions right now.
Okay. Does anyone have any further questions for Ms. Anzoris right now?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I guess Ms. Bunch, you may call your next witness.
Thank you. I'll call Mr. Hernandez.
Yes,
Mr. Hernandez, please state your name for the record.
Juan Jose Hernandez Arizmendi.
And it's true that this court ordered temporary orders where you were to be in supervised visitation, correct?
It is true, correct.
You did not register for those visitations, correct?
Correct,
You have had no supervised visitations with the child, correct?
correct.
You were also ordered to submit to drug testing by this court. Did you submit to drug testing?
No,
So at this time, you did not follow the order of the court to complete drug testing or sign up for supervised visitations with your son. Is that correct?
is that correct?
I'm asking you, is that correct? You did not
I say
complete the
that's
drug
cor-
testing?
Yeah, that's correct. That's what I
Okay,
said.
understood. And you were also convicted of a DWI last fall, correct?
I played guilty for a deal. That was the plea deal.
All right, I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Khan, do you have any questions?
How can I ask myself questions though?
You're going to get a chance, so we go in order.
Okay.
So just be patient. I guess I usually do this at the beginning, and for some reason I didn't. So let me just do some housekeeping court items for y'all before Ms. Khan gets a chance to ask questions.
Mr. Hernandez, so are you still in agreement with keeping the child support at $222 a month?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you currently working?
No. I don't
And-
know.
Also keeping the medical support at $50 a month?
Correct.
Why haven't you done the drug test that was ordered?
Has been a little bit rough. End of the year, I lost my job back in August, and pretty much I've been applying everywhere. Resources are limited, and to pay for um, uh, something extra is not on my priorities right now. My priority obviously is to have a place to live, a place to, if that happens, and when it happens, to for my son to be able to spend time with me, and that's my priority right now. Obviously, it might not sound as a good excuse for some people or a good reason, but yeah, like whenever the car is broke down and stuff like that, yeah, the money that is coming in for here and there, it goes towards food, towards rent, towards bills. I have no cable, I have no luxury, and so yeah, that's the main reason why.
Okay, and is that also the reason you didn't register to do the visits through the DRO?
Absolutely. So if I cannot take the drug test, why I'm gonna register?
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
No further questions.
And sir, are you still on probation for your DWI?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Bunch, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
Okay. Ms. Khan, do you have any witnesses before I let Mr. Hernandez speak?
No, Your Honor, the state rests.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, since you don't have counsel representing you, I'm going to give you a chance to let me know if there's anything you think I need to hear. Please be mindful of the issues before me, and stick to things that are relevant to those.
Okay, absolutely. Yes. So starting, and again, Ms. Ansures knew about my DWI way before she testified, because I can submit, if necessary, a copy of the receipt whenever the interlock device was installed in my car. That was January 2nd, 2025. I picked it up and gave it a ride to her job and dropped her son on January 6th, January 7th, a few days after. She saw me blowing. She did ask me, and I said no, and she was like that. And I was like, yes, I got one. So she knew about that. And then she still drop off my son for me to take care of him. Whenever she claimed that we were sleeping downstairs, yeah, it was on a Sunday because I didn't have to work that Sunday. And I was with my son because sometimes she picked him up on Sunday, she picked him up late. So that's why I requested for that day off. So yeah, the shoe was nowhere to be found, not because I was intoxicated, but because I was rearranging the upstairs. I was cleaning the house, pretty much taking everything that it was there, as some pictures submitted by Ms. Ansures, where I ask if anything from that picture belongs.
Objection. The pictures are not admitted into evidence. He's referencing documents not in evidence.
Oh, well, documents. A picture of that.
I'm going to overrule it. Sir, you can talk.
Yeah. So, couple of items around the house pretty much, because like I said, I was rearranging furniture, rearranging everything on the upstairs. I got a different bed. We used to have a queen. I got a king size, etc. Obviously, everything, it is everywhere. And my son came in, we were playing and all that. She picked him up, and I said, like, hey, just don't step in. I told her that don't step in, and she didn't listen to me. I asked her to leave. She even, I said, I will call the police if you don't leave. And then it's whenever she left. Now, I did ask her, and again, how can I put this? Well, now when the last time that she dropped off her son for me to take care of him, it was in June. My parents were not here.
June of what year, sir? June of 2025?
Yes, on June 2025. My parents were not here yet, and our son spent the night with me. Spent the night with me. Like, we slept in the room upstairs. Then whenever she picked him up, we were having such a good time. Our son started crying because apparently he didn't want to leave, and she kept saying her mom, no, no, no.
Objection, hearsay.
And
Sustained, sir. You can't talk about out-of-court statements.
okay, so that was I want to clarify that. So then she stated to my parents that she was not going to drop him off ever again because probably I gave him something to make him sleep. If she was suspected that I would do something like that to our son, did she take it to the hospital to be evaluated? He was just sleeping, enjoying himself with me. So I don't know. Like I said, I think I've proven a little bit of lying pattern with a couple of things. I do have a voice message. If the court and the other party wants me to submit, I can submit it, no problem. Whenever she insults me, is aggressive towards me and cuss at me, and that's aggression too. I mean, it's just a lot. Now, the night that she claims that I was aggressive towards her and that I put my hands on her, that was February 2020, before COVID, not 2019 as she states. And I came in from a night out with a friend of mine. I said, like, let me please let me go through, and she just started pushing me and pushing me until I left because the same thing. So why I'm going to put the hands on the son, on the mother of my son? So that's why I left. And then if she called the police, I don't know. And then, like I said, I left outside to smoke a cigarette, to calm down, and then came back. Now she said that every day I was using illegal substance, this case cocaine.
Objection, misstates the witness's testimony. She said he would use it every day if he could, but she knew him to use it about 3 times a week.
Okay,
What
I
are
don't
you
know. I
exactly
don't know.
saying, sir? I thought he just said she said he used it. Did you say a specific amount, sir?
No, like I did use it, but no, after
Overrules.
we
You can't continue.
stopped using it together. So because simple as this, I was the only one working on the household. I was the only one bringing income, and having a habit like that is very expensive. Of the amount that she claims that I was using it. So how, if she didn't work, how if she didn't help the household income, how could I afford paying a full house and everything and still buying illegal substance like every day or every 3 times a week or whatever? And she claims that I'm still using it. So it's like it doesn't make any sense because, like I said, she wasn't working. Now, I did ask her a couple of times throughout the relationship to help me out. Like, hey, can you help me out, please? On getting a job. Never. Not a problem.
Relevance.
Sir, how is this relevant?
It's to prove a point. It's to prove a point. I swear.
What point?
Whenever she said that I kicked her out.
Objection, misstates the witness's testimony. She didn't say he kicked her out. She just said they separated.
Yeah, sustained.
Okay.
I'm
Whenever we
going to sustain the
separated.
first objection as well.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to sustain the first objection as well. So
Okay. Whenever we separated, it was the relationship. She claimed the relationship was over on February 4th, 2024. The relationship was way over before that. We were living as roommates because she was sleeping on my son's room since 3 or 4 years prior, and I was sleeping on my room. So pretty much we were roommates. And then something happened back in November. Magically, after so many times asking her to help me out, and then she decided to get a job and just basically for herself. So I believe that she had all that planned, well, with everything that had happened. So that's just my side of the story. Like I always said, there's always 3 sides of the story: yours, mine, and the truth. I mean, that's it. Because, like I said, First of all, she did know about my DWI prior when she testified that she got notice about it. Now, talking about the DWI, yes, I plead guilty, but that doesn't. But that I didn't spend no time in jail besides the arrest. Then back on March, if I'm not mistaken, the machine got a malfunction. Obviously, that's not stated on there, but I can bring proofs if they want me to. The machine had a malfunction, and it gave a false reading whenever I took it to the because that what triggered the basically the motion for get my bond revoked. Whenever I went to court, it was proven the machine had a malfunction. So that's why I didn't get arrested and my bond was not revoked. I just want to make that clear. And pretty much that's it.
Right. What are you asking for?
Well, first of all, again, we'll get to the point that I will submit if necessary, and that's the only way the Mrs. Anzures will agree to let me see my son. I will submit the drug test, but not because the court, not because I'm sorry, not because she asked the court to do it. It's because I can prove this to my son and to myself, and not to her first. Second, I'm not signing anything that it says that I'm a violent person because that's what she stated, and I am not. If we're gonna talk about violence, she's violent too, so I can countersuit if that's the case. I don't want to do that. Like I said, I always said, and I always told her and everybody else, we could have our differences, but she's a good mother, and I never said otherwise. So that's the two things that I don't really agree. Everything else. Oh, and also I would like to stay on the decisions of my son. I mean, sometimes we take a couple of decisions that it should be probably better talk to the parents on both sides instead of just one. I mean, sometimes whenever only blindsided for one side, that's the only three things that I don't agree with. She can stay. She can stay as custodial parent, no problem. She can decide where our son is going to live, no problem. Pretty much everything else besides uh, life decisions. I'm not signing that I'm violent because I am not. There's no proof of it, and pretty much, if there's proof, I can. And again, I can submit the voice messages and stuff like that she had left throughout the separation, and yeah, pretty much. Just next time, no, like I wish that since the very first hearing, there would have been no lies. This would be so over and done with. But
Okay.
people sometimes we make dumb decisions, like mine whenever I was drinking. And the main reason why I had that accident is because I was working 16 hours a day on round top. I was leaving the house at 9 a.m., coming back around 1 or 2 a.m. every day for 3 weeks with only one day off. So that's the main reason I fell asleep because not because I was intoxicated, it's because I was tired.
Okay. Ms. Bunch, do you have any questions for Mr. Hernandez after his
No, Your Honor.
testimony?
No,
I'm
Your
sorry?
Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Khan, do you have any questions for him?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to take a moment to look at the documents. Okay, does everyone rest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to render judgment. I'm going to ordering that Ms. Anzores is the managing conservator and Mr. Hernandez is the possessory conservator, with Ms. Anzores having the right to determine the primary residence of the child within Waller and contiguous counties. For the visitation, I'm ordering what's in the temporary order, but I'm making a few changes. So the initial period will be through the supervised Harris County Domestic Relations Office, but with the same parameter that once he gets a clean drug test, he can move to that next phase. So it's going to be phased in with that drug test. So that part is the same. Then once he gets to that next phase in the temporary order, the 1 to 5 will be for 5 periods, 8 to 5, 5 periods. The next phase, the 6 to 6, will be for 5 periods. And then before he gets to a standard possession order, he has to take another drug test. If he passes that drug test, he moves to the standard possession order. If he fails the drug test, back to the stage 1 DRC. If he refuses to take a drug test, back to stage 1 DRC until a clean drug test happens. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to clarify for the drug test, is it a urinalysis and a zero tolerance hair follicle or a different?
Yes, the same one that was ordered in the temporary order. So yes. The medical support, I'm approving the agreement and finding that Ms. Anzores is providing insurance through a government or medical assistance program. I'm ordering that she continue that program, and Mr. Hernandez is ordered to pay Ms. Anzores $50 per month cash medical support beginning November 1st, 2025.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. That's to Mrs. Anzores or to the state?
It's technically ordered to Ms. Anzores. As a practical matter, the state usually keeps it, as long as the child is receiving that benefit.
Okay, thank you.
Child support, if she somehow, for whatever reason, is not on the government or medical assistance program, she will need that money to pay out-of-pocket expenses anyway, because she will
Okay,
have no
that's fine.
insurance at that point.
Yeah.
So someone has to provide something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ordering you, Mr. Hernandez, to pay Ms. Unzura's child support of $222 per month beginning November 1st of 2025. I'm approving the agreement that there'll be no back child support. That's part of the agreement. I'm denying any family violence finding. That's not going to be in the order. I am granting the non-disclosure for Ms. Unzura's. And at this point, app close, I think, is what we used in the temporary order. They now charge. So do you all want to, talking parents, I believe, is still free. Don't know for how long.
I was going to propose Our Family Wizard. They have the easiest fee waiver program to apply for both parties. I think they both.
Okay. So I'm happy to do that. You should both understand that you'll have to apply for the fee waiver. Ms. Bunch, do you know if you're able to do it online?
Yes, they can do it online.
Okay, so if you go to Our Family Wizard, Mr. Hernandez, I guess your attorney can explain it to you, Ms. Unzura, is even better than I am. There is, if you Google fee waiver, Our Family Wizard, something should come up. I have not done this myself. And according to Ms. Bunch, it is easy. So make sure you apply for that. Otherwise, there will be a fee for it. Little by little, the free apps are going away. And I guess I'll even say you're each ordered to apply for a fee waiver to encourage it. And I think that covers everything.
Let me just confirm on the injunctions that they are granted.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm going to continue the mutual injunctions to both of them. Everyone should be behaving. Although I think I have to get rid of number 9, the canceling or altering payments for insurance.
Yes, would ask to remove that.
Yeah, because people might have to change insurance, and I don't want to prohibit that from happening.
Yes, that, and if we can remove the school one as well, just because my client may need to progress.
Yeah, exactly. As he ages, that's going to change as well. So yeah, okay. So what we're leaving, just so everyone knows, intentionally communicating with the other person, including telephone or electronic ways, using vulgar, profane, obscene, indecent language or offensive language. So neither of you should be doing that. You shouldn't be taking unlawful action against each other, or threatening to take unlawful actions against one another. Don't threaten each other. Using phone calls in offensive or repetitious manner, or to harass the other person. Nobody should be causing bodily injury to each other or a child. Threatening each other with bodily injury. No one should be doing that. We're going to get rid of withdrawing the child because kids have to change schools and things happen. Nobody is ordered to make disparaging, everyone's required to not make disparaging remarks about the other person or the person's family, the other parent's family in the presence of the child. The child loves both of you. You're both the child's parents. So just be mindful of that. You all obviously had a rocky relationship, and that's okay. But just now going forward, you're co-parenting, you've separated. And so you all have to appreciate that your child is part of both of you and loves both of you. And so just be mindful of that, and don't say bad things about the other parent before the child, because it makes them feel bad. That child is part Mr. Hernandez, and he's part you, Ms. Unzura's, and he knows that. What else is in here? I just lost the screen.
I have a question.
One moment, and the last one is allowing the child to remain in the
you.
presence of someone who's making disparaging remarks about the other party. So if you have a friend over who's like, "Oh, Miss Unzura, this is terrible," like, just again, he loves both of you, so neither one of you, should be supporting it. And I know that you have this hurdle to get over, Mr. Hernandez, but once you do, you're going to be in his life again. Okay. What was your question, sir?
The communication, does that include family members? Because it's my understanding that Mrs. Unzura still talk to my sister-in-law. I just want to make sure, what extent is the communication prohibited or allowed?
It is allowed. I'm not prohibiting people from talking to people.
No.
Again, and let me just say, if harassment happens to anybody, sisters, brothers, each other, nothing in this order prevents you all from going to police, calling CPS. Like, if you think bad things are happening, you can
Correct.
address them still. This order doesn't say like, never call CPS. Like if you think your child is being abused, by all means, deal with it. If your sister-in-law or your sister thinks she's being harassed by anybody, she's free to deal with it. But at this point, I have not heard any evidence to restrict Ms. Anzores' communication with anybody.
Okay. And the
I'm
last
not even
question.
really restricting your communication with Ms. Anzores. I'm just restricting it from being inappropriate.
Yes, no, I completely understand.
And I'm giving you that app tool because it does allow, if you claim she's being rude to you, if all of her communication is in that app, you're able to print that out, give it to a DA, give it to a police officer, give it to a judge to prove Ms. Anzores is harassing me. I need a protective order or whatever you need. And so it should hopefully it will keep that from happening, which will be good for your child. And hopefully if either of you, people get mad, your first instinct is I'm as mad at Ms. Khan, I'm going to send her a mean email. But maybe if you realize, oh gosh, this is going to be shown to somebody like a judge or a DA or a police officer, maybe I shouldn't send that. So maybe that's just one more thing to remind you all, like, in addition to all the other good reasons to be nice to each other, or decent at least, pleasant to each other, what you're writing is there forever. It can be printed. That's the whole point of these apps. And so you all should be mindful of that, just so that you can all, not get in trouble.
And last question, can you, to what extent Ms. Anzures is still using my membership from Sam's Club? I asked her not to it and all that.
That is going to be between you. That's between you two. That is not before me. If you need to take legal action about that, whatever that action would be, you're free to do so.
Thank you.
This is, I can't remember what kind of, was this
Just a question.
no, this isn't a paternity case. Are they married or?
No.
Not married.
Okay. So yeah, that is between the two of you and Sam's Club. It's not before me.
Okay, no, that just wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you all. Ms. Khan, do you want them back in breakout rooms or circulate the order or?
I think we can. I believe Miss Bunch are you preparing the order? She's already got it mostly prepared.
Yes, I can finish preparing it.
Okay. And we can let everybody go, Judge. I doubt Mr. Hernandez will sign anyway. I mean, we'll send it.
Be sure to send him a copy though.
I'll send it.
I can read it and then I can sign it.
Yeah, I mean, if you agree to it, sir, by all means sign it. If you have something specific, should we set this for entry just in case? Where are we? January?
Just in case.
Do you? I mean, I want to give you a chance to review it, sir. And if you disagree with the drafting, you're free to come. Or should we set this for entry on February 19th for our next docket? It can be by Zoom. If you all sign off on it in advance, so Mr. Hernandez, if you sign off on it and everyone signs, no one has to come that day, even on Zoom.
Okay.
But if someone disagrees with the drafting and you'll want to have me decide it, it'll be on Zoom that day, February 19th at 9 a.m. on Zoom, same Zoom code. Will that work?
Thank you.
Yes.
If you circulate it in advance and everyone signs it again, no one needs to show. I won't be offended.